Hello everyone, welcome to English Now. We have come up with 10 phrasal verbs that you must know. This is going to be the fifth video in this series of the phrasal verbs. So let's start the video with this question. Have you ever heard the phrases like back out, bail out or bank on and felt confused? If you did on listening to any of these, then don't worry. After watching this video, these phrasal verbs will become part of your daily English vocabulary. So stick around and stay connected. We'll discuss these phrasal verbs along with a few more which will be helpful for you. The video will be useful for daily English learners and students preparing for fluent conversations. So let's start the video with 10 very useful phrasal verbs that native English speakers use in daily conversations. So let's get started. The 10 phrasal verbs in this series, the first one is coming on your screen, which is back down. Back down, which means to stop arguing or fighting because you are afraid or unwilling to continue. You don't want to fight any longer or argue any longer. Back down. Back down. Let's talk about some examples. He refused to back down during the debate, which means he refused to stop fighting during the debate. When the debate was happening, he didn't show interest in fighting. He didn't want to do that. The company finally backed down after public criticism, which means the company finally stopped arguing after public criticism. When it received public criticism, it stopped arguing. This phrasal verb is often used when talking about arguments, pressure, or competition. Let's talk about another phrasal verb, which is back out. Back out. What back out means? It means to decide not to do something that you had agreed to do. So you were earlier agreeing and now you have a different plan to do, or you don't want to continue that. Back out. For example, he backed out at the last moment. It means he decided not to do at the last moment, while he did think that he would do the same thing, but he's not interested in doing that. He backed out. Don't back out of the trip now. Don't decide not to go on the trip now while you earlier decided to go there. Don't back out. So back out any decision that was taken earlier, but now you have some other plan. You don't want to continue that. Back out in that situation is used. Back out to avoid something doing which you were planning earlier and now you don't want to continue that. Back out. Don't back out of the trip now. Don't decide not to go on the trip. This is used for plans, promises, deals, or even commitments. Back out. The next phrasal verb of today's video is back out of. Back out of. It means to withdraw from an agreement, plan, or responsibility. For example, remember to withdraw. For example, they backed out of the business deal, which means they withdrew from the business deal. Why did you back out of the project? Which means why did you withdraw from the project? Why don't you want to continue this? Back out of, to withdraw something. There's a small difference between back out and back out of. Back out can be used generally and back out of is always followed by the specific activity or agreement. So this you have to keep in mind. Let's talk about another phrasal verb, which is back up. Back up. It's got two meanings. Meaning one is to support someone. Back up, to support someone. My friends backed me up during the meeting, which means my friends supported me during the meeting. Back up, to support. Thank you for backing me up. Thank you for supporting me. Back up, to support someone. In meaning one. In meaning two, backup means to make a copy of data or files. To make a copy. For example, always back up your important documents. Always make a copy of your important documents. Backup, make a copy of data or the files you have. Backup, make a copy of. I backed up my phone data yesterday. It means I made a copy of the data from my phone yesterday. Backup, make a copy of data or file. Backup can be used in both technology and daily conversations. So this is what you can use in your regular interactions as well. Next phrasal verb is bail out. Bail out. It means to help someone out of trouble, especially when someone is in financial trouble. bail out. You're helping them out. His parents bailed him out of debt. It means his parents helped him coming out of financial trouble. He was in financial trouble and his parents helped him come out of financial trouble, bailed him out. Can you bail me out of this time? Can you help me come out of financial trouble this time? Bail out. Help someone come out of financial trouble. Now there's an informal use of this as well. Friends use this jokingly in situations like these. Please bail me out of this awkward situation. It means, please help me get out of this uncomfortable situation. So if you're stuck in any kind of uncomfortable situation, you can say, please bail me out of this awkward situation. Bail out. Help someone come out of difficult situation. Generally, it is used for the financial difficulty, but sometimes casually in normal situations also, uncomfortable situations as well, it can be used. Next phrasal verb is bank on. Bank on, which means to depend on or trust someone or something. Depend and trust. For example, you can bank on her support, which means you can trust her support. To trust, bank on. And now depend on. I'm banking on you to finish the work. It means I'm depending on you to finish the work. You have to initiate. I'm depending on you. I'm banking on you to finish the work. It's very common in spoken English. Next phrasal verb is base on. Base on, which means to build or develop something using particular ideas or facts. Base on. This is generally used as based on with ed in the end. Based on. Let's talk about some examples. The movie is based on a true story. It's a very common example. You might have heard at the time of movie release. This movie is based on a true story. It means the movie is built on a particular facts. That's why it's on a true story. The movie is based on a true story. This lesson is based on real life examples. It means this lesson is developed on a particular ideas or facts related to real life examples. People usually say based on with ed in the end and not simply based on in conversation. So you need to remember, you have to say based on. Next phrasal verb is bear down on. Bear down on. What does this mean? It means to move towards someone in a strong, serious or threatening way. To move towards someone. Bear down on. For example, the storm was bearing down on the village. It means the storm was coming toward the village in a very threatening way. Bear down on. The truck bore down on the cyclist. It means the truck moved toward the cyclist in a strong way. Bore down on. Bear down on. The truck bore down on the cyclist. Bear down on. To move towards someone in threatening way or in a strong way. In those kind of situations we use bear down on. It can be used literally and emotionally. Literally means the real physical action. For example, as in the case of cyclist, truck was moving towards a cyclist in a physical way. Next phrasal verb is bear on or bear upon. Bear on or bear upon. It means this is to be related to or affect something. For example, his experience bears on the case. It means his experience is related to the case. Bears on. This discussion bears upon our future plans. It means this discussion affects or is connected to our future plans. Bears upon. Bears on, related to something. Bears upon, affects something. So it is affecting our future plan that we are planning. Bears upon. Bear on is related to be connected with. Be connected with. Now the last phrasal verb of today's video is average out. Average out. It means to become equal or balanced after some changes or differences, commonly used for marks, money, business, prices, performances, etc. Average out. So, for example, my marks were low in one subject but high in another. So they averaged out. It means my marks were low in one subject and high in another. So they became equal or balanced after some changes. So average out means become equal or balanced after some changes. That's what average out means. Another example we have is prices may rise and fall, but they usually average out over time. It means prices may rise and fall, but they usually become equal or balanced after some changes with time. Average out often shows that differences become balanced later.